Alright, let's get these blades sharpened. We are raising this with a 2,500 pound winch that we have in the shop. Under here, we've obviously shown the deck. We've got a 1-inch socket that we're going to take these off with. Now, I've not seen these on other mowers, but it's got this big washer bracket thing on it. The nut, obviously just showing how it goes back on. Now this nut is, yeah, it's big. I don't know why that is on there. It collects a lot of grass on the edges. That washer there has, see how it's oblonged? There's two straight sides and then it's rounded, so you can't put it on wrong. Now when I was unloosening that one, the other one fell out, but there is another piece up top that goes in there. When we put this back on, there'll be another portion showing exactly how it goes on. We're just getting this stuff out of the way, and then we will get to scraping the deck. We sharpen and change the blades and scrape everything out about every 20-25 hours. Depending on the season, here in Indiana, we're in the wet season, so things kind of clump up a little bit. We want the airflow to be the best it can. Alright, now we'll switch over to the discharge side. You see how some of it gets filled up. There's bolts that come through the top of the deck around the spindle, so things get caught up. We bag a lot of grass, so we always have a bagger on. And so this is where some of that stuff will just get caught up, and we just want to get it cleared out so we can have flow. Alright, so now we're going to get to the sharpening of the blades. We just got a bent vise here and a 4.5-inch grinder with a kind of a pad disc on it. Just kind of doing even back and forth strokes. Again, these blades only have about 10 hours on them, so they're really not that bad. Just kind of taking the ridges down and seeing if there's any nicks. We want about a 30-degree angle. The goal is not to make these super sharp, make them smooth. Just sharpened, just cleaned up a little bit. I always flip it over, and I'm going to do a little bit on the back side. And again, this is more flat. This is not angling anything. Just right on the edge, just kind of taking a little bit off. Alright, so what we have here is I am going to make a little area up by where the blade is going to be close to the spindle. I'm clearing this area off. One thing we're going to start doing is we're going to put a white line there. And really, I only like to sharpen the blades about 3 times, and then I'm just going to get new ones. So that's probably about 75-100 hours on them. After that, I feel like anytime you sharpen them, you just lose. So I'm going to make this white line, so next time we'll know it's only been sharpened once, and then we'll continue adding white lines. Again, I put it on the top side, so you know, it won't be a lot of grass on it. So this is how they go back on. Again, there's only one way you can put it on. So initially I put it on wrong, flipped it over, and now it fits snugly in there. Now you got your big beveled washer. I'm going to put the blade, I put a mark on each side just to see how it does. This is on the grass side, but I also have another one on the top side that will probably do better in the sense of getting worn off. This is that nut that has the two longer straight sides and then the ends around it. Again, you can only put it on one way. This is the 1-inch nut going on. I like to hand tighten them on just because I don't want to cross thread and then hit it with the impact and mess up the threads. So I hand tighten it with my left hand. I'm kind of shaking it just to make sure it's seated correctly. Tighten it up, and then I'll hit it with the impact. And obviously that broke, which I have never had happen. So that's what happens when you make a video showing people how to do stuff. Things happen. So we've replaced that driver, and we'll put this side on. Again, that's beveled, so it can only go in one way. It fits snug in there, so it's flat. The big beveled one. Blade. Again, I've marked both sides with a white line just so we know how many times that has been sharpened. The nut, and then the washer, and then the 1-inch nut. Again, I'm just hand tightening these on, and then I will hit it with the impact. And those are tight. Now let's lower it. Let's take our winch cable off, and we should be finished.